Ladies and gentlemen, see, when things like this is done, do not ever come to me and tell me I need to believe in this system. I don't. I don't have faith in your system. I don't believe in your system. The only thing that needs to happen to your system, it needs to be completely dismantled. Anything less than that is not doing enough. So let's get into this story. This is definitely a travesty of justice. So this happened in Oklahoma back in 1975. Can you imagine sitting in jail from 1975 until now for a murder that you just didn't do? Well, this is what happened to Glenn Simmons, ladies and gentlemen. So, Oklahoma judge dismisses case against man wrongfully convicted of murder in 1975. And one thing that's very consistent, this is always happening to Black men. And it tells you there's got to be a lot of the prison population in America of people that did not commit crimes. It must be astronomical in order for us to see the amount of cases that we see. It's too many. Oklahoma City District Judge Amy Palumbo has officially dismissed the case against Glenn Simmons, the man wrongfully convicted of an Edmond murder in 1975. News 4 has been covering Simmons' case for 20 years, a wrongful conviction case from 1975. Glenn Simmons was sentenced to death in 1975 for the Edmond liquor store murder of Carolyn Sue Rogers. In a jury trial, judge later found to be unfair. He was 22 years old. My goodness. Which means he spent the greater part of his adulthood behind bars. You know, this is why so many people say this system must go. This is why. This is one of many things. There are so many things not to like. And this is definitely one of those things, one of many. So Glenn Simmons was sentenced to death. Wow. Oh my goodness. Simmons' execution death date was overturned by the US Supreme Court in the 1970s. You know why? Because I think in many cases they know they got someone innocent. I think they already know, but they are just banking on the fact that you're going to be so poor that you won't be able to fight the system to get out. Look at all the prison labor they got out of him. I'm just saying. So his life was spared, but Simmons spent 48 years behind bars serving a life sentence. That really sucks. You spent 48 years behind bars for something you absolutely did not do. And, you know, how many times have I done these stories and the prosecution or the police officer that did the arrest will hide evidence? They'll hide it in their garage or, you know, or they'll hide it in some closet somewhere just to get a conviction. So, them getting a conviction is more important than letting an innocent person go. But that's how it is in this society. So earlier this year, Oklahoma County District Attorney Vicky Bihana, she approached the judge to throw out Simmons' guilty verdict. In July, Judge Amy Palumbo found Simmons' 1975 conviction was improper. She tossed out the conviction and life sentence and set Simmons free on bond. Last week, Oklahoma District Attorney Vicky Bahana requested the dismissal of the case. When considering whether to pursue the case against Simmons again, the district attorney determined the state will not be able to meet its burden at trial and prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Simmons was responsible for Miss Rogers' murder, said Bahana. Bahana said, there are numerous reasons for this conclusion, including there is no longer any physical evidence. The detectives who originally investigated the case are not available or deceased. One of the surviving victims is now deceased. Although certain of her identification, the other surviving victim is not available. The defense alleges that their alternate suspect was identified in one of the lineups. Now, Judge Palumbo has dismissed the case with prejudice, meaning Simmons can never be tried for this crime again. This decision makes Simmons one of the longest serving exonerated men in record U.S. history. 48 years. That is outrageous. Simmons said he spent 48 years, 5 months, and 13 days in prison. It's finally over, Simmons said. I am grateful to my attorneys and to anyone who has been helping me since I was released. I'm going to spend what I have left of my life helping others in similar situations. And unfortunately, there are many in similar situations here in America. Oklahoma County has the fourth largest number of death penalty exonerations in the country. You know who has one of the biggest? Texas. Texas, by far, got one of the biggest death row exoneration records in the country. You know, the biggest ones are in the southern states. It just goes to show you the level of racism that permeates in these states. Wow. So the fourth largest is Oklahoma. So they set up a GoFundMe so that he can restart his life. What a horrible, horrible story. This is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. But they have no problem doing this to our people. I'll show you the GoFundMe, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is his GoFundMe page, and I hope they do reach their goal. I pray this man gets to enjoy the rest of his life, and I hope these demons that run this country will leave him the hell alone. Y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.